You are God, I am God, all is God, and if there was a Jesus, so was he.
How can us creatures also be the creator? How can a sculpture also be the artist?
You should open your mind. I never said I believed that the universe ever had a beginning to imply that God created anything. Pantheists like me believe that God is the sum total of all there is, all that was, and ever will be. God is the supreme effect, an effect of the universe. God is all, and all is God.
Sounds like ideas that lead to communism to me, lol. Seriously, you are totally forgetting that everyone is their own individual and has a free will. Science proves that the universe is not eternal, it had a beginning, just like I had a beginning, and so did you. God has no beginning, he's eternal love.
Sounds like ridicule from a bigoted Christian who is being manipulated by the doctrine of a book. A book that has been written with dogma, created by an elite brotherhood of Luciferians long ago. Dogma created for the sole purpose of creating a world empire, built on the slavery of those they dub inferior. LOL. We are merely different variations of the same being, that ultimately is God. God completes everything in its totality, so, to say that God created universe, is to belittle my interpretation of God. I don't believe in the biblical God, because it's obvious that the biblical God is flawed, and was created in our image.
How is he flawed? And the God of the Christian Bible is really complex to say it's our image, at least that is what I think. I mean, three persons in one God, taking on a human nature, the love between the Father and Son making a third person. If anything, I think it's way too complex for man to make up.
For your information, science also proves the Bible to be false, and gives evidence of a consciously aware universe, which you are a part of. Like it or not. So science doesn't contradict pantheistic philosophy.
How so? A lot of miracles occur that science can't explain. And I'm not saying the Bible is a science book. The Bible explains history, what God has revealed and what other people have done, not what an atom is, or the laws of physics and other stuff God established when designing the world. And I never said I'm not consciously aware of the universe. I do believe there's more to it than our five senses can pick up.
Do you have a comprehension problem? I said, we are merely different variations of the same being, that ultimately is God. When I say we are different variations of the same being, I mean that ultimately there is no disconnection between us and God. And I do not know how you could assume I meant because of our unity with God. This means we don't possess free will.
I wanna apologize for saying LOL in this discussion. I respect you. Anyway, I'm trying to understand what you are saying. I can see how you can believe we're a part of God, but because of free will, good and evil, I believe that God is a separate being from us, and we have a choice, whether to be a part of this family or not, and God won't take my identity away and always let me remain the person I die being. One more thing, whenever you say you believe God is all, and all is God, does that mean you believe God is also evil? My religion teaches that anything evil is the absence of God, because God is all good.
Yes, this would also make God what people describe as evil, and yet, God is beyond good and evil. You should realize that God is something more than only your omnipotent sky daddy like the Bible suggests. You must remember, the Bible was written by perfect human beings who are a part of God. Not an external God.